Oh, so crazy when you burn in hell forever, 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 forever. Oh, so crazy when you burn in hell forever, 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 forever. Boulevard.
king, the god, this shit.
It always sucks when we can't hear it.
You know how I start this off. Shout out to all my MDK gang members around the world. And I want to let everybody know, Blvd Bullies versus the World is a podcast every Tuesday, 7 p.m. live on YouTube with my motherfucking boy, Larry the Legend. Versus the World, 7 p.m. live Tuesdays with Larry the fucking Legend. MDK all fucking day.
Oh, so Christ, may you burn in hell forever, 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 forever.
You guys want to hear it again? You want to hear it again? All right, we're doing it again. Everybody please remain quiet.
It's the man, the king, the god, this shit, Nick fucking Gage. You know how I start this off. Shout out to all my MDK gang members around the world. And I want to let everybody know, Blvd Bullies versus the World is a podcast every Tuesday, 7 p.m. live on YouTube with my motherfucking boy, Larry the Legend. And what the Blvd Bullies are doing, they're trying to ignite a revolution. Within the fans unite and make the crowds electric again. So check out the Blvd Bullies versus the World, 7 p.m. live Tuesdays with Larry the fucking Legend. MDK all fucking day.
Oh, so Christ, may you burn in hell forever, 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 forever.
Oh, boy. All right. Hey, hello. How are you? Welcome to Blvd Bullies versus the World. I'm obviously still getting the hang of this audio engineering streaming software, but we're on episode like 60.
Muted. Thank you, Sean.
I am not muted. Hold on.
Did I just fucking with you? 0 for 2, bro.
0 for 2. All right. Hey, let's start again. Hello, everyone. How are you? Hello, how are you? Welcome to Blvd Bullies versus the World. It's our 420 episode. It's our final show. And it's getting started right about now. I'm your host, PK, with the Blvd Bullies. I am joined by the moderator of the Deathmatch Elite. The man who you've all come to see. Bad Take Bry, the merch guy.
Hello, friends.
I should have done that one
take.
last.
Fellow
Bad
fuckers.
take.
Bad take.
Bad take. Yeah.
Bad take.
That's how we summon him.
And we're
That's how
switching
we
up
summon
today.
the bad take golem.
We're switching it up today because we are going to go second to my wrestling father, the man who I was a fan of from watching CZW Dividends in 2006.
I remember those dividends.
7, 8, 9, whatever. At one point, there was a Foreman Bills looking motherfucker named Larry. Legend.
Larry.
Thank you, Patrick, as always, for the legendary introduction.
And, of course, last but certainly not least, the only one on this show besides Larry with a fucking brain in his head.
That only leaves me and you, damn it.
Medically cleared to give medical clearance.
The doctor.
The doctor is in. Ringside Show.
What up, baby?
Ringside.
What up, babies?
Ringside.
Wole,
Wole.
So it's our last show.
Wole.
It's probably going to be our last show ever.
Why last?
I'll drink to that.
Busy week. Hey, cheers, everybody. Thank you for watching. As always, you could drop a super chat in the chat And redirect the conversation, ask us a question, pick the topic, and there are prizes and things to do. Let's just get right into them, Brian.
Sorry, I have a joint. So first we
It's
have
all
this
right.
Japanese magazine. It's the American Wrestling Gong from 2005. It's actually pretty sick. Pretty sick.
Nice.
It's in Japanese and also English. There's some English in it, so if you want to read it,
There
you can
is
read
some
of it.
English, ladies and gentlemen.
Mostly Japanese. It's mostly Japanese. Here's a little.
That looks beautiful. Well
That's
kept.
dope.
I see Tajiri's pants there.
Very well kept. It looks like it's brand new, actually.
Is Takumi Shinoku figured in?
And also,
featured?
the highest super chat of the night will receive this, and also an Alex Cologne GCW collective card.
Oh, very
Wow.
nice.
End
The
of an
boy.
era. End of an era.
Yeah.
Very, very hot topic, this man.
This close to coming on the show. This close.
We almost lured him in.
We almost got him. We almost seduced him.
It's like fishing.
So if you want to drop a super chat, that's great. If you want to become a member, that would be great too. I am going to
Wanna
be
be a member?
sending free T-shirts. That's right, guys. You know Blvd Bullies versus the World, the free or the Seizawa T-shirt that was made. Bully the Woolly, Woolly the Bully. Anyway, anyone who becomes a member on this episode will receive a free T-shirt, courtesy
There's
of your
also-
boy.
There's also these
What are these now?
tournament. It is from the history of GCW card pack, and it is the 3 cards from the Tournament of Survival. It's the first 3 Tournament of Survival posters,
Oh, dope.
and on the back has the match cards.
That's pretty cool, actually.
That's very
Yeah, I love
cool.
this. I love this card set, honestly.
I have 3 as a T-shirt.
Upside down. I have that T-shirt here.
So what do you have to do to get that, Brian?
This will be the 3rd highest super chat,
All right,
or the
so-
second. This is the 2nd highest super chat.
Very
Second
nice.
highest super chat will receive these 3 Tournament of Survival cards.
So you said 3. Does that mean there's going to be 3 chances at winning something today?
Oh, you want to see the 3rd one?
What's the 3rd one? Oh, wow.
The indie guy himself.
Oh, what?
Yo, there you go. Daniel Carpenter. Thank you so much.
Fire.
Send me your info. New member, Daniel. Enjoy the
New member
9-minute
here.
video of me and Steve and Cuck Steve discovering ASMR that I found in the Dropbox from 2017. Just a whole movie for you. Members only, baby. All right, so Brian, what's the order of this? Highest receives the Japanese Gong magazine.
The magazine
And
Second,
with Alex Cologne card.
with the Alex
with
Cologne.
Alex Cologne. Yeah, that's
Brian,
a
are
grand
you
prize.
sick? Are you?
That's
honestly,
a grand prize.
That's a good fucking prize. Thanks, Larry.
Are you
That's a
terminally
grand
ill?
prize.
No, I'm live and well, and I'm giving away to the goddamn people.
The
the
masses.
The masses.
hmm
Did we get a super chat?
No, we got a
No.
new
A member. We got a new member.
We got a new
Okay, so
member.
for
Daniel.
our newest member, Daniel,
yo.
we're gonna send you
Wow!
this DVD. Us.
What?
Wow.
You gotta be joking, Brian.
That is a hell of a prize just for becoming a member.
Hold on. I
Just
want to
get
know
movies.
where the
You just get
DVD
movies.
from.
From my collection.
This come from? What else do you have in front of you, Brian?
I have a fucking smorgasbord of goodies.
A smorgasbord, he says.
Uh,
Here's
Smorgasbord, bro.
DVD. What's next? A set of knives?
Stickers.
Stickers for all.
Stickers
Oh,
for all. Everybody that participates, and maybe even someone random that I just happen to like in the chat, I will send
Wow.
stickers.
Deathmatch
Gotta
Santa
love
Claus.
Brian, man. Gotta
I
love
like that. I
Brian.
like
the
that.
merch guy.
I'm the Jewish Santa Claus.
And you know what? None of that is a bad take. In my
Goldberg
eyes.
was too. Goldberg was in a movie as Santa Claus. Did you know that?
No.
Yeah, well, Balls Mahoney played Santa Claus.
That's true.
Yo,
Oh,
Brian, you
man.
also took charge and decided to get a cameo that I botched playing several different times here on this program. You got a cameo from Nick fucking Gage. How did
I
that
did.
go? Tell me about that experience.
Well, I can tell. You want to know the origin of why I needed to get a cameo from Nick Gage?
Why is that?
Please.
I've been seeing cameos being posted for a long time from Nick Gage, and he recently underwent or received new teeth. he posts pictures with teeth and dogs, and he looks very handsome. He's handsome with his teeth.
We have shared that picture amongst the group chat. Yes.
I've noticed in his cameos, he doesn't use his teeth, right? So I was just wondering that if you asked him in your request for him to use the teeth, if he would. And basically he no-sold me, didn't respond to it, and just did the cameo toothless.
Motherfucker.
So I debunked that, so you can't ask him. You can't ask him to do it.
Do you think that if he
Wait,
gets
I'm
going...
sorry. I thought that there were teeth in the cameo.
No.
Only the ones that he was
Only
born
the
with.
right.
Probably.
Yep.
All right. I thought that looked like a toothful filled mouth. There were no jagged, sharp teeth.
It's because I think he was maybe looking downwards.
Do you think that he was upset with you, Brian, for asking about the teeth? Do you think that like made him mad? Because Schlack said that as a guy with no teeth, he would be insulted if you asked him to put his teeth in for a cameo for his guy with missing his front teeth.
Schlack's calling me mean?
Well, I mean, it was on one of your goddamn message boards, Brian.
Well, he said he would be super insulted.
He would be insulted.
You should goddamn try to be less sensitive and take a joke. And I was just inquiring. It was just a question.
It was just a straight business request, honestly.
Right. And I mean, Pat himself, he says he looks very handsome with his full mouth of teeth.
He looks handsome.
Right. I was just trying to make him look handsome.
You think that's because if he gets like really going hard about like, yo, what's up? It's my fucking gang. Like, his shit's gonna pop out. Just fall right out.
It's possible. He's very passionate. He's very his shit. I loved it. It made me so hyped. Even
it's a podcast. I'm here to let
Larry
you know that Blvd Bullies versus the world is a podcast. Dude, that's all you need. Yeah.
Live every Tuesday on YouTube.
Dude, I loved it. It was so worth it. It was
Thank
worth
you, Brian. Everybody thank Brian for the Nick Gage cameo.
Yay,
Thank you, Brian. Thank you.
We'll have that for our whole lives now.
So it's our final show. What do you guys want to talk about first? So much has happened in the world. You know, I feel like Brian's really had a boots on the ground type of approach.
On the ground.
I'm in the epicenter.
He has radar.
I've put us all in the epicenter of the goddamn ground zero.
You are
all holes filled.
He's the Cobra commander of what's going on.
All holds filled, no holds barred.
Wow.
You understand me?
I like the sound of that.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Cobra Commander of the Deathmatch, say it together, Drama. Brian, I have all types of notes here, all these things I want to talk about, but I want you to start us off with the Deathmatch all together every time. Drama.
Well, fellow friends, I would say the hottest topic of the day was KTB being very upset with Brett Lauderdale. He apparently had a pent-up aggression for over a year about his mistreatment and poor professionalism from GCW's Brett Lauderdale.
The finger shake. The finger handshake.
The two-finger shake.
Classic.
It's a lot. It's way more than that, man. It's like people are saying that it's like about him not being booked, but it's like there's a message from the guy, Mr. Lauderdale, that it's like whatever KTB claims that it's a transgendered person, and he's just like making jokes about it, and KTB's trying to talk business.
Right. KTB's like, hey, am I going to be booked on this West Coast run? And Brett Lauderdale is sending him photos of trans women saying that he would hook him up.
Right. I mean, that's borderline, I would say, sexual misconduct at a workplace.
Uh-oh.
I didn't know anything about this. So KTB was inquiring about being on a run that GCW was doing in LA. And Brett was just, fucking sending pictures of a transgender wrestler or just a person. Who was this for?
He said sending him pictures of transgendered people. That's what he said.
That's what KTB said. Some of whom we know, Larry. Yeah.
So, Amy Rose, the Rumble Bunny.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to say whom.
Whatever the case may be, that's what Kyle the Beast.
I don't
is
know
saying,
that
but,
person either.
dude. What people, and I see people saying that indie wrestling has different standards than other workplaces, but that's goddamn hogwash, because it's still a workplace where people are fucking artists and talent doing what they do, you know, and everybody should be treated with respect that everybody receives anywhere doing a job, you know.
Yeah.
That's what
I
agree.
have a story. I have a Brett story. You guys
Let's
want to
hear
hear it?
Of
Yeah,
course.
definitely. But all the breath.
So, in 2018, I don't know what number it was, but
34.
34, WrestleMania was in New Orleans.
Yeah.
And, you know, it was a great time.
Spring Break 2. That's Spring
Yes.
Break 2.
That's 2. And basically, you know, that was things were getting, you know, that was the summer of Blvd Bullies that summer. You know, we were doing great stuff. We were this close to GC, you know, we're laughing, we're living, we're loving, you know. And, you know, there was always been a little bit of, you know, because there's always like ribbing. And by ribbing, I don't mean like shit in the bag ribbing. I mean, there's like texts like, shut up. Oh, you're so annoying. You know, it's like certain people bust balls. You know,
playful fucking banter.
You know, yeah, like
I know
like,
exactly where this is going.
But there's also I don't know. There's some people like to like bust balls like a ball buster would bust balls if they could bust balls. You know what I'm saying? And so anyway, but you know, we see through that to find the good in people and forge friendships and things like that. So anyway, long story short, we're all going down to WrestleMania in New Orleans 2018. And there's an opportunity for myself and my former business partner to throw like, I think it was like $150 each to do like an Airbnb. And it was like Brett and GC and like it was going to be like one other person, 2 other people, right? Dude, we get to this Airbnb and there are like 15 people staying there, right? To the point that I took pillows off the sofa, towels out of the bathroom, and slept under the dining room table of this Airbnb, okay? Probably because we were the ones to stay out late, and I'm not saying that I was the most behaved person ever, you know? It was New Orleans, and, you know, things were happening. So, you know, maybe we were getting in at 5 o'clock in the morning, and I was being a little too loud, whatever. But, hey, you know, Joey Janelle and Penelope Ford, they had their own room. GC had his own room.
Of course they did. Of course he did.
Nick Gage had his thing going on, and everyone was very nice. There was the merch guy, Adam Stauffer, was there. There was a referee there.
Shout out Stauffer. I like that guy.
I love them all. And I was on drugs the entire time, you know. So, because we were having a great time in New Orleans. But, however, long story short, the Airbnb, long story longer, medium length now, the Airbnb people lived right next door. So they came to check up one afternoon when somebody was going to get spray tanned or something. And they were like, hey. And so I was outside on the bench. I forget who was with me. I think Steve and maybe somebody else. And I was smoking a cigarette. And the people came over and they were like, how many people are staying in the, hey, we're this. And I'm like, oh, hey, how you doing? I'm part of the team. I'm staying in the house. And you know what, guys, listen, when it comes to customer service, dealing with the normies, I could get pretty good. You know what I mean? I know I spit a lot of fire.
We thrive.
Yeah, we
thrive.
You know, Larry, you're the same way. Yeah.
We thrive.
We do good work.
We know how to
out
give them
there.
what they want.
Yeah, we do good work out there in public, you know.
Yeah.
And so I handled it. And I was like, oh, you know, just last night, I think it was like Wednesday or Thursday, and, you know, there were flight problems. I don't know if anybody remembers that. There were like a whole bunch of flights. So, hey, there are flight problems. Yeah, just last night, some people's flights got delayed. They stayed, you know. Because if I had said 2 people, 4 people, the woman would have known I was lying because she saw people going in and out like all night, right? So I made a half thing, and I did it to the best of my ability. You know what I'm saying?
You worked her.
And I was like, oh, yeah, people, but that's just one night. There's a big convention in town. It's a whole thing. Blah, blah, blah. Everything's cool. Great. Thank you so much.
You finesse the plug.
So that night, we all went out on Bourbon Street. I hung out with Wrestling Classic and the Struggles and all the people whose bridges were not yet
I didn't even know who
burned.
the Struggles was at this point.
No,
but continue.
just a young upstart, right?
Yeah, just hanging out with the
Drinking,
bullies. I'm like, this guy's
hanging
a
out.
fan too.
You know, we went to all the places you want to go to on Bourbon Street, basically, right? It was just a great time. We ran into Samoa Joe. We ran into Kevin Nash. We ran into Psycho Sid. It was a whole fucking thing. You remember?
Bruce Pritchard, you
remember.
fucking.
Just everybody. So, and there were a lot of things happening. We hung out that night with Noel Foley and Frank the Clown and Marcus Crane and Schlack. We went to a dungeon bar. That was like a few hours. It was a great night. So, long story short, 6 a.m, I come home. Was I a little loud coming in? Yeah, maybe. But that's the night I slept.
After the night that you just described, I think you definitely were coming home a little loud.
Yeah, and you know how loud I can be, Larry.
Oh, yeah. You're an MC.
So, the next morning, the Airbnb owners knock on the door. And I am literally sleeping under the table with bath towels and sofa cushions. And they're taking pictures of us. These fucking Airbnb owners.
God.
I wake up to this woman taking a picture of me sleeping under the thing. For
from the outside or like
no, like they're inside the house. They're inside the house, Brian. So, listen,
man.
And so what happened is they took pictures of all the people sleeping in every crevasse of the house. Jimmy Lloyd, and
He don't clip them toenails either.
They kicked us out of the fucking Airbnb, despite my best efforts to
no refund.
To smooth it all over. But my man Brett was very, very busy. He was very, very busy. So I smoothed it over. I went up to him like a boss and explained everything to him. But basically, I don't know. The Airbnb was like $800. There were 15 people staying there, and he asked me and Steve for $150 each. That's the story. It was a great time, and that was the last time I hung out with Brett Lauderdale. There you go. Hey, welcome to the show. It's our last episode.
420, baby.
420, last episode, baby. Anyway, somebody say something. I feel awkward now.
Well, there's more than just the KTB beef. There's the whole this man's very, very card, if I can find it. This man, Alex Colon.
Alejo
Colon. I will say that he also mentioned in tweets of poor treatment and just not respectful shit. And it's if you didn't know, Brett Lauderdale did the podcast and then claimed. I mean, he didn't claim. He says that in the match between John Wayne Murdoch and Alex Colon, he paid Alex Colon $1. But now he's still defending that whole thing because he's saying in, I guess, the industry, when you do that for somebody, it's like it's a legitimate show of respect. And I've never heard of it. Have you ever heard of it?
No. Larry, what's your take on all this?
He did something very similar to me when now hindsight being 2020, I can realize that I was being phased out of GCW when he made me the commentator of the last of the Howl shows and Low Life Louie, the MC.
I was there that night, Larry. Do you remember?
Shout out Louie.
I remember. Yeah. I was at Game Changer World. That was a great venue back in the day. Red walls, baby.
Good fucking metal
chairs,
shows there too.
Red walls, red everything. Red all on the floor, red on the ceiling, red on your whore. It was great. But when it came time for the end of the night for me to go to what we call the pay window daddy. That's where you go see the promoter about your paper, your envelope daddy. Brett gave me $40. Now, at this point in my career, I'm a 3-figure nigga. I'm CZW made. I'm we're talking numbers that are 3 digits. I don't care how many of them, but it's 3 of them there. And his response to me was, I'm giving you $20 more than what I give your co-announcer, which was MLJ. Which to me broke down that meant that Emil was getting $20 to do commentary. And that I should be grateful that he could say that He doubles my pay. He doubles what he gives them. But at the end of the day, it's still just two fucking Andrew Jacksons, bro. That ain't shit. That ain't fucking gas. That ain't, that's like, and mind you, I had been, a three-figure nigga as the MC. He dropped me down to being a commentator, brought Louis in. I don't know what Louis' deal was. And when I brought up money to him, he made the statement that I'm making double. I'm making $20 more than what he gives Ebel. Which was not something we ever discussed when I got moved into the commentary position. It just sort of happened.
I mean, if you want to keep rolling right on talking about money, our good friend Kevin Gill is that's what Kevin Gill's gripe is about, because he would Brett Lauderdale says that Kevin Gill would go to shows and do the commentary for free, just out of his own kindness and just happy to be their personality to make the show dope. He would just do it. And the problem, I would say, became that the man Kevin Gill created this Patreon thing that blew up, that Brett Lauderdale uses now, and as for his platform for his podcast and his whatever deals they do with. I'm still in the podcast, the Patreon, because I get the cards, dude. The merch is dope. I love that shit. But Kevin Gill created that shit. And like there's like GCW definitely
Brett
profits.
didn't even know what Patreon was.
Right. Whatever that.
You didn't know what an iPad was.
Kevin Gill created that shit and made it what it is, and deserves some kind of recognition or something from it. Definitely makes so much money, that Patreon. The highest tier is like 70 fucking bucks.
Oof. Yikes.
Right. And there's definitely people paying for that one.
What are some of the incentives of the tiers?
Well, the highest tier, you get the metal Nick Gage MDK card, which is you're supposed to be able to get into any GCW event before the doors open.
Okay.
I don't even know if they honor that, because I don't know, because I've never honestly ever tried to even use it.
Has anyone in the chat?
You have it.
In the chat?
I have it. I have the MDK.
I've never
card.
seen one of those.
I'm sorry, I don't have it on, but I have it. It's pretty cool. It has my name on it.
Oh,
it's sick.
Cool,
it's like a personalized fucking sick metal shit.
Yeah.
All right, so Carden, what the fuck else?
There's every month there's a
and I'm like, come on, let's go.
I'm sorry, it's a mystery. You get the mystery bag of merch. They send you like an exclusive GCW shirt that nobody else gets, and like a few other. You just get like a bag of goodies. It's like a bag of goodies.
Yeah. All right.
I got this little Nick Gage brain stress ball. If I'm stressed, I can squeeze it.
Now that's just a stress ball that says MDK on it.
It's a brain. It's a brain. This is Nick Gage's brain. Right here in my hands. This is the actual brain.
Oh my God!
From Nick Gage's head.
We got a super chat.
Who is it?
TEHARAOH, the Roach. Well, let's just say $1.99. Guess what? Send us your address. You're going home with a bunch of stickers and show the DVD, Brian. Us. The DVD.
As of right now, if this person is the only person, I'm going to send them all the prizes.
You just send them everything.
Yeah.
For $1.99.
Brian, you're fucking
That's how
insane.
it fucking goes, brother.
You're insane, bro.
Yeah, you're out of control.
You're just out
Brian.
here taking fucking shit and throwing it out like you get some shit and you get some shit and you get some shit.
I saw that you were completely out of your mind in a manic state arguing with Danny DeManto on Facebook. How did that go?
What?
Yeah, did you see this, Larry?
I saw nothing. I don't have time,
Larry,
to look at shit.
Brian is gaining too much power, too much momentum. And
So
Danny DeManto decided to engage him also in one of these message boards. It's like the hardcore message board. Back in the day, NYHC message board, all these IDS and DMS guys would argue with each other, say they're going to track your home address from your IP address, and some did. There were actual fights.
To be fair,
We've come a long way from those days.
Can I talk?
Yeah, please do.
To be fair,
please fucking
I will say every week it's in his own message. I post in the ICW message board about our podcast. I'll post about ICW past events that I've been to. I've just been posting. I've been making posts, and this time he decided to comment, and
Poke
wasn't
the bear.
positive. It wasn't a very positive post. Wasn't he? Basically said that I talk a lot of shit about trying.
Oh,
to
you want to bring everyone together, but you're
Right.
also one of the biggest shit talkers of the entire one of us.
Right.
Okay,
Right.
I do remember seeing this, and Brian defended himself and said, "Actually, no. We all talk shit. That's what people who watch things do, movies, sports, whatever. Everybody is entitled to talk shit. So I'm not debating that, but I don't like try to cancel and tear people down and ruin their lives.
I also don't attack fans. I only
Yeah,
discuss
I do that.
fucking wrestling and wrestling related things that is put into the world for us to see.
Mhm.
And I think that we as people and humans are free to do that and should. Things in the world that are put out there should be discussed by people that like the shit. And we have to all come together and either disagree or agree. And if we don't agree, it's fucking okay. We can still be fucking friends.
Wow.
You know?
Martin Luther Gens. Martin Luther Gens.
Rob Black called me Jimmy Hoffa.
Yeah, you're gonna bring all the mobs families together. You're gonna bring the 5 families.
I'm a union guy. You understand me?
Sean.
And me, I'm like consigliere of like a bunch of them. You know, like I keep moving. I want to anyway.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to our last show. Daniel Carpenter, our newest member, just came in with a $2 bid. So now we have two. We have $2 and we have $199.
So he's
good start.
He's
to
got
great
the
night.
Hey, you
third
know what?
prize.
Drink to that.
In the spirit of Alex Cologne,
Don't drink to
continue to
anything.
give $1 more.
Who's Nasty Leroy?
Nasty Leroy.
Nasty
Yeah.
Leroy was a project. It was a project for a little while. Think of Freight Train.
You mean AKA that man?
Yeah, that man,
Isn't
Nasty
Nasty
Leroy.
Isn't he like superhuman?
Well, Brian, I mean, I think Nasty Leroy, he's trained.
Well, that's Nasty Leroy. Nasty Leroy. Like,
That's
Yeah.
the
He's
Nasty
been in
Leroy.
a-
Longtime friend of the program, Sean.
how you doing, Leroy? Good to
Yeah,
have
we
you
love
in the
Nasty
chat,
Leroy.
man.
Star of
He's
the
a legend.
Janela Excellent Experience Hour or whatever.
He's
it's
a funny.
called.
He's one of the funnier guys.
He's one of the best guys. I've met Nasty Leroy probably in New Orleans that year. Sean, you are a budding up-and-coming ring announcer.
I am.
Indeed he is.
You know, you are very talented.
Thank you.
And you are a grown-ass man.
That I am.
Hey,
Yes, he is.
wait a second. We got a new subscriber, Iron Fist Tyran. Thank you. Love you. So, you know, you are very talented. You're a grown-ass man. You're trying to make
Okay.
some money. When you go to a show, it's an expense, you know. You come from
Yep.
the Bronx. You come from the Lower East Side, wherever you're coming from, the New Jersey, whatever. So do you hold the line and ask for money, 40, 60, maybe even what you think you're worth, knowing that there is a guy who looks like Peter Griffin right behind you, ready to drive there for free? So
no,
like that's what I think the great discussion. I'm sorry to interrupt your answer. You know, the great discussion. Oh, Daniel Carpenter, $2.99, $1 more.
There's a bidding war going on right
Bidding war.
beneath us here.
These are good prizes.
But you
You
know what I'm saying?
understand?
It's like Kevin Gill wants to go for free because Kevin Gill believes in the state of affairs and he wants to be a part of it. It's not like charity. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, you're
Right.
going there for free because you want to be a part of it. Same thing
His
with
voice is still getting fucking broadcast
Right.
upon whoever's watching
yeah.
it.
So it's like, yeah, okay, you provide them commentary and you are talented in a certain degree, but you're also getting paid in, like, you know, whatever, clout or whatever the fuck. So what's your mindset going into it? Because I've drawn lines that I can never come back from, and maybe I regret it. But am I worth
Now-
$40? Probably. What do you think? Where do you land?
I think anybody's talent is worth $1, more than $1. Not to say $1, it's worth getting paid. Whenever you get to a show and you're there, you're putting on a professional manner and you're helping carry a show, whatever it is that you're doing, it's balls to the wall. It's all hands on deck. You got to make it happen because everybody has to go home happy. So if you're handling something professionally and you're working for someone, you know, what's expected is that when you finish your job, you get paid for it. And it's just an understanding. Now, when you get to that point where it's like they don't see eye to eye, then there's a problem at hand. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's something there that's a void in between what the person once saw in you and what they see in you now. That's what I really see it when it comes down to it. Like there's something that happened, whether it be personal, whether it be professional, something stopped them from looking at you as, you know what, this guy gets the job done. This girl gets the job done. I think that's
But do you think that Brett
the
looks
space
at
in
things,
between.
You think Brett looks at things in that manner? You think Brett is just like an expendable, cold, stone cold, blue-eyed killer? KTB, you're done. Enjoy these photos of trans women. Hey,
Dude,
guess
absolutely.
what? Kevin Gill,
Absolutely.
you're never getting any money.
I'm the best person to talk to about this. Absolutely, he
Tell
is.
me, Larry.
Because when I was as close of a confidant to him, I would see him getting off on dismissing people and letting them know that they're not welcomed anymore and shit like that. And it is something that is also a quality that I've noted in Danny DeMonto, where not only is it about the creating the opportunities, but it's also about taking the opportunities away.
Even more
and in particular, the people.
Even more so, because even when, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but when you create the opportunities, then you can stand there in the ring with them and be like, I made this guy. I discovered this guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a mutually beneficial fucking thing. It's not like, oh, you're not giving. When you sell out a show in the height of pandemic and say that you did it in a barn for the love of deathmatch wrestling, you did it for the love of being successful in the thing that you're saying you love. Like, and to act like all these fucking guys, dude, act like there's some fucking like benevolent, I discovered you type of shit. And it's like, yo, servicer, client, agreement. It's just like simple fucking business. You know what I'm saying?
But the problem is, Pat, is that in the wrestling business, you have a number of people that want to get in. And these people will hang around, call them the Langoliers. And they have a disposition about them where someone like a Bull or a Danny DeMonto or a Shane from NYWC or even a Jack Sabbath can identify these people and be like, oh, give a dog
Free
a
work.
bone,
Free
and he's
work.
going to be loyal to me forever.
Free work, free ticket, yeah.
Yeah. Come work in the shop. Sell my toys. I'll buy you a pizza, you know?
Yeah.
That hot dog and a handshake shit is real.
And, you know, and I don't discount or discredit people who will sit outside for free and wait for an opportunity. But there is like a necessarily, I don't know.
Kevin, I'm sorry to interrupt you now, but Kevin Gill was also doing that when it was much smaller and it became much bigger.
Well, no, because Kevin
Very
Gill,
similar to me.
yeah, but
Very
Kevin Gill
similar
was
to
there
me.
after. He wasn't there at Spring Break 2, was he?
Kevin Gill
I couldn't tell you when he
showed
came
up.
there.
Kevin Gill showed up at LA Confidential, the show that Joey could not be at because he got the knee injury. He busted his knee or something, jumping off
Bob
the
Holly
top
show.
rope.
The Bob Holly show.
That's right. It was his show. It was the LA Confidential show. And that's the first time that I saw Kevin Gill. He was around Damian Sandow. Sandow had recently been released or recently popped up at Impact. They were together. And Gill was like putting numbers on chairs. He was running around doing like young boy shit, what we call young boy shit.
Dressed like Travis Barker from 1999. Sorry, go on.
I guess.
No,
No, no.
I'm
I
just
remember
playing
I was
devil's
standing-
advocate. I'm just playing devil's
Well, I
advocate.
was standing next to Brett. We were going over the show that night, and he goes, look at Gil over there. He goes, look at Gil. And I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, he says, look how hard of a worker he is. Look at what he's doing over there. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I see. He's like, you see Danny anywhere around? This is what Brett said to me. He was like, you see Danny anywhere around? You see him helping, setting up anything? And I'm like, no. And he's like, yeah, think about that.
Yeah, but at that point, Danny was a co-owner, so if Brett wasn't setting up shit, Danny's not doing that either.
Oh, Brett was.
Oh, okay.
Brett was overseeing everything happening to create the night. I don't know where Danny was.
The foreman. Yeah, did he have a little hard hat on?
Well, something like that.
Okay.
He had a clipboard.
Oh, all right. Hey.
Huh.
I don't know. So it's just an interesting discussion.
Brett the Builder. Brett the Builder.
You know, and also it's like, okay, yeah. So was it smaller? Yeah. But was it obvious to even the casual eye at that point that something was happening, trending upward? Like, you know, saying that you're there from the beginning means that you were there before the arrow was pointing upward. You know, even for the slightest degree. If you were there when it's flatlined, then you can claim this shit. Just like all these motherfuckers posted these photos about the carousel room. Like, oh my God, the carousel room, rest in peace. Oh, I'll never forget going to, they said it couldn't be done in 2017. That inspired me to become a social media deathmatch moderator. It's like, dude, yeah, okay, cool. That's great. That was a great show. But like, to say that you're an old school guy and that you can perhaps, you know, censor opinions, I don't know, man. You know, I think the carousel room, good riddance. That's what I think.
Hey, take it easy there.
Dude, there's nothing wrong with change, dude. I think change is sometimes a good thing.
I agree. I think it was dope for what it was, and I think onto bigger and better things, right? That's what life is about, especially wrestling.
Hey, yeah.
You don't see them keep the same Monday Night Raw stage. They always switch it up.
Yeah, so it'll be a better area for production. And the Zebra room, you know, gets redesigned. Hey.
And I will say, as a moderator,
golf room now.
As a deathmatch moderator, a social media moderator myself, I will say that people aren't only negative in that carousel room. There's good people that attend those shows, and not only negative things come from it. There's a lot of positive. Our good fucking friend Sean attended a lot of those shows.
Hey, beer. Yeah. Hey, I'm just playing devil's advocate. Beer, Blood, and Body Slams. Everybody go follow them. Thanks for becoming a member. You're getting a free T-shirt.
Word up.
He was. Isn't that much? He was on the
Rich
show.
Kaysen, who was on our studio
Shout out
show.
Kaysen.
Go back into the Blvd Bullies playlist. 50 episodes.
Halloween show.
Yeah, it was our Halloween show.
We dressed up.
Did you talk about Friday the 13th, part 3?
Mm-hmm.
What about Atticus Kogar's tweet that he was like, yo.
The list?
Yeah, there's a list now.
Check it twice?
Do you have the list in front of you?
No, I just want to mention it. Any comments from Sean or Larry on that?
Go ahead, Brian.
I'm just waiting for all the people to say something. It's like a checklist now. It's like more of like a checklist than a regular list because people are just like coming out of the woodwork to talk shit.
Did you see what Matt Cardona tweeted?
I did.
And you know, that made me tight too, dude.
Why's that?
About the merch shit? About like hanging out
he
before
tweeted,
and after the show?
Sean, do you know the most recent?
What about that? About the whole merch stuff in the beginning of the show?
All right,
I just said that. Damn it.
No, it's fine. We'll get to that right now, but I just want to say that Matt Cardona tweeted, "This is a tweet I've been holding on to for a year about what I want to say to Brett Lauderdale," and it was like a quote tweet of him saying like, "I'm the highest paid wrestler at GCW and I deserve a raise."
That's funny shit.
He's an ass.
Yeah. So let's talk about this tweet. Larry, did you see this tweet from Matt Cardona about merch and showing up early?
Mm-hmm.
Give me your take. Give me a paraphrasing and a take on it. Do-rag Larry in the house, everybody.
I mean, I think he definitely was tweeting in the spirit of y'all need to be go-getters. Yeah. Like any opportunity that there is to connect with whoever that can open further doors for you to do more things or get your face out there, you need to be doing it. I think he kind of like contextualized that attitude towards like shirts and 8x10s and stickers, which not everyone has, but a young guy like a Marcus Mathers, who like travels so much doing so many shows, is like someone that I always see before the show is over, ringside or at whatever table he can find. And as soon as the show is over, ringside or whatever table he can find. So I believe that that's really what he was saying. But in the way that he was saying it, it was kind of like, you know, is he setting up, is he part of Pro Wrestling Tees? And he wants like, you know, accounts like, you know, like, you know, I get the spirit that he was trying to embody in the text. I mean, in the tweet, and I agree with it. But not everybody is at that level just yet. But if you're not already thinking like that, then why are you in the game?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Ryan had his hand raised.
Thank you, Sean.
That. Yeah. Do it for the fucking Vine, bruh. Remember Vine? Show okay, yeah, that motherfucker. And everybody was thinking that I was gonna like shit on him. Everybody thought I was gonna be like, "Oh, I was doing stuff with my camera ringside." No, like, bro, I like the way you do it. The way you do it is the exact same thing that I'm doing, just different. That's what we need to encourage people with their fucking shits. And now we have TikTok.
Pat, you and Brian are muted.
I'm muted. Can you
No,
hear me?
I'm muted. Sorry.
As long as you can hear me, I don't think I'm muted.
I suck. I hit the button. It's been a long day. Hey, everybody. Thanks for watching.
Come
Boulevard
on.
Bullies versus the world.
Come on.
Full reset. Brian, let's talk about these giveaways. Give us a refresher here.
Wait, you just got me so excited about this exclusive comment that you never said, dude.
Oh, okay. Hey, Nasty Leroy says, I don't wrestle for GCW as much as I used to, but I had a great times and I had some fun times, great matches. I got to travel to places that I never been to. I got to commentate at the Hammerstein Ballroom.
Legendary
That's awesome,
shit.
dude. That's so dope.
Yeah. So, nothing but thanks. And I mean, that's great. Commentated the Hammerstein Ballroom.
That's fucking legendary.
Absolutely legendary.
I had COVID.
You had COVID. Hey, shout out. We're getting a super chat, and this is all part of my ploy. That's why I muted myself till you guys gave a super chat so that I paid attention to that. I was muted. Bruiser Cab $4.99 now in the lead. Hey, let's talk about our favorite carousel room memories. I just shit all over it, but there is still a place in the heart. Wrestling's about time and place and space. So you got to have love and respect for the zebra gum ceilinged room.
Well, I think that Run Ricky Run at the carousel room.
I thought that was down in Tampa.
Yeah, that was in Tampa.
Shit, I'm not.
God damn it, Brian!
I've never even been to the carousel room one time in my life.
Wow,
man. Brian!
The one time I was at the Showboat, it was during COVID, and I was there for the Deathmatch Drive-In, which is one of the best shits of my whole life.
Sean, you've been to how many shows? Probably over a dozen.
I've been to a lot of I think I've been to the majority of the carousel room shows.
Wow! So you hold a place in your heart.
In the Corazon.
Wow. Yeah. Favorite memories. Give me a top 3 list.
I think the top would be the Cardona winning over Nick Gage. Seeing all that beer just fly in the air and the cans just flying everywhere. It was something that I didn't see in real life, only on like TV and stuff like that. And to be there to see something that dramatic happen, that was pretty dope. Yeah. That's just my number one right there. I've seen some other dope stuff, of course, but I think that tops it.
What about the glass ceiling? Were you there for that?
I was there for the glass ceiling with Alex Colon and John Wayne Murdoch.
No, with the other one with
G Raver and Jimmy Lloyd.
Yeah, I was there for that. That was insane, bro. I've seen so many cool things there, bro. It's like it's hard to like really just like pick one that was like standoutish and so dope, but one that like just really changed the game was with the one obviously with Cardona.
Did you go to Art of War Games?
Yeah.
Damn, you've been to and that was carousel room too, right?
Yeah. I if I go through all my photos and stuff like that and like look at all my shared stuff with like Rose and my brother, because Rose has been to like the majority of them with me too. It's crazy to think. I'm like, wow, like years like really like flew by like that. Damn. But like I've been to like the majority of the shows that like you make a weekend out of it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not just you're not just there for the show. Like you obviously go to the show in the evening and stuff like that. But beforehand, you chilling with your peoples. You go grab food. You go to a club. You know what I'm saying? Like you make the best out of it. And then in the summertime, it's even better because you bounce around place to place. You play some slots. Go get some food. Grab a drink, and then the next thing you know, there's some wrestling going on. It's good times. Good times.
That sounds great. Will you get a tattoo commemorating the carousel room?
Absolutely not, but I will chew an entire pack of pinstripe gum. I will do that.
Pinstripe. There you go. I keep saying zebra.
Bro, we're all getting tattoos of
Yipe stripe. Yipe stripe.
Yipe stripe.
We will be all getting this tattooed on us. Larry, you have to get it too.
Yep.
Larry, I think you're pure. You don't have.
Larry
a
has
tattoo.
no
I don't have
tattoo.
any. I've only wanted one. I never really committed to anything.
Bro, you need this, and we're gonna put like a bullet. We need to like put a little Blvd Bullies, just like
You don't have to. You don't have to listen to him.
You don't have to
Larry.
do it.
No, you
bro.
don't have to, but you're invited.
listen to
You're
him, Larry.
invited to get
You're invited
matching
to come.
tattoos with us.
Larry, don't listen to him.
Look,
Yo.
I know I'm tempting Larry. I can see it in his eyes.
Brian,
Yeah.
you are on a mission to have Larry get a tattoo to unite the deathmatch scene.
Several missions.
It's
yes.
been a snowball effect that's grown to disheartening size. You're really making some waves out there.
Can I tell you what sparked it?
What?
Just watching old ECW TV.
But literally exactly what I just said.
Dude, dude, one of my first posts ever in Deathmatch Elite was just a fucking midnight thought of how fucking sick the crowd is and how Joey Styles is the most underrated motherfucker that might exist.
Both solid thoughts there.
And ever since then, I need to have the crowd be loud and make it feel electric, as Nick Gage said.
You yearn for the electricity
I
of the
yearn, dude.
crowds
I yearn for it.
to be flowing through your blood again.
I don't care if you hate what I love, and I don't care if I love what you hate. We should all be yelling together.
Wow.
In unison.
In unison.
Should have went to Puerto Rico, Brian.
I wish I could.
It sounds like he's Puerto Rican, right?
I in spirit.
There's so much more juice to squeeze here. There's so much more going on. Brian, I want you to tell me very quickly, because I want to get into a whole new fucking dramatic thing. Drama.
Drama.
Tell me about the Mittens impersonator.
Oh, that's the kind of shit that gives the Deathmatch Elite a bad name. That's toxic shit, dude. It's like if you go somewhere and create a name, dude. This fucking guy goes to the Rob Black's podcast with it says
in the chat,
and he's literally like it's like a pro. It's like in retrospect, it was just kind of trolly. But even still, because there's people that don't know that you're trolling that will get tight at Mittens and go and like talk shit about Mittens.
In real life, be like, yo, what the fuck? And he's like, what's going on?
Yeah, nah, I swear to God.
Yeah,
if somebody ever does that in front of me
shit,
Mittens, I'm gonna beat
but
the shit out of them.
it's a minimal amount of people that shit is happening. And it's not the masses, dude. A lot of the XPW guys are awesome. A lot of the ICW guys, everybody is dope. There's dope people within each scene. And the dope motherfuckers need to come together and raise shit.
You want to do We Are the World. You remember how upset Michael Jackson was when like Cyndi Lauper came up and Rod Stewart when it was their time to sing in We Are the World? That's you right now. You're like upset
calling me
that
Michael Jackson Ginsburg? Is that what you're calling me?
Michael Jackson Ginsburg.
You can't do that. That's not great.
Larry,
listen, you have a great approach, man, and
I love Michael Jackson's
you know
music,
what?
but he's not in good graces with a lot of people.
No. Listen. I don't give comparisons on that level. What I give comparisons to is his musical approach.
Can I say one funny thing that might get me in trouble?
No.
Schlack and Rob Black were discussing who could bring back the Hitler mustache.
Oh my God,
Brian.
And
Brian,
Mike, I'm sorry, but
Brian, what is happening?
I'm just saying, Michael Jackson, as a young black man, was one of the prospects. And so was Larry. Evil Larry should be able to rock a Hitler mustache.
And
Brian,
ladies and gentlemen, if you've been watching from the beginning
it's
of
our
the
final.
show, Pat has been saying this is our final show.
It's our final show, everybody.
Figured out why, ladies
It's
and
our
gents.
final show. I just had a feeling. So
I didn't say the J word.
And now we're going to go into a even deeper, darker hole. I don't want to go there. I just want to say anything that I say on this show, I'm just playing devil's advocate, I mean, Brian's so positive that I just need to try to bring him back down to reality. Hey. But Larry, I got to talk to you about 100 deaths, or after I saw Cass with his shirt off, I call it now 100 breasts. Can you just tell me about this show? Because, I saw something that I didn't want to bring up, but, given the context of since Larry has come on the show, I have to be a good reporter, and I have to get your take on this. Brian, Sean, can you back me up here? Can you please give me just a thumbs up?
We are boots on the ground gonzo journalists, and we talk about what goes on in the motherfucking world.
And gonzo journalists, by definition, use hyperbole and exaggerated comments, which is where the 100 breast thing came from. I'm just playing devil's advocate here. Larry, I need to know simply what happened. And first of all, why didn't we get dinner?
We didn't get dinner because I set out from Baltimore, which is roughly 3 hours away from Brooklyn, with enough time to get there, set up my merch, go to the store, get some index cards, and then proceed with the event. So it's hard. It's hard, the commute that I make. And a lot of the times I'm leaving a lot later than what I would love to leave. I would love to get there with enough time to get probably an early dinner, maybe 5 o'clock early dinner. But Friday shows are killer.
Okay.
They're killer. They're killer when you're trying to get to them. And it's around that we're getting off a work hour around the nation. It's bad.
Sweet, sweet night. We will.
We will. But it was a Casanova Valentine no ring show. There was no Wayne Murdoch. Chit Osborne filled in to do the main event. Gabriel Sky won a tournament. That was a Tender Trap Memorial Tournament. Other competitors in that were the Big Boofa, Desmond Cole, and Dominic De Niro. And
I love Dominic De Niro.
We all love Dom.
He's great. He's great.
Yeah. And then there was one other person I can't remember. Gabriel Sky, Dominic De Niro, the Big Boofa, and there had to have been one other person that Dom beat. Can't even fucking remember. I can't even fucking remember. Brian, who was it?
I don't care.
It didn't air. It didn't air. So
I don't care
sure. I mean,
so much.
There's flyers. I'm sorry. I don't remember.
I don't care so much about the match. I care about the extracurricular activities that happened, because for the first time, I was trying to get it out of you. I was trying to get you to say it, but now I just have to say it. I was shocked to see clips out there of one, damn it, Daniel DeMonto, collaborating with New Fear City, I guess now, doing a whole thing, setting up something. Did you know that this was going to be, this is the first show you had with him since the whole thing?
Well, technically the first show I had with him since the whole thing was ETU, which happened fresh after they had returned. Returned from the UK, and
that was pre-podcast. I think that was
Matt Cardona
we hadn't
show.
done Chattanooga. We hadn't done Chattanooga yet. Chattanooga was still looming, but that was the first time we were together. But this was a show. So Cass humbly asked me to ask Roberto Noir if it was all right that I continued to do his shows. And he gave me a number of dates. And he also told me that on one of those dates, he was going to be fighting Danny DeMonto. And I was like, whoa, how's that coming to be? And he was like, oh, da-da-da-da, we're da-da-da-da, and da-da-da-da. And I'm like, okay, Cass, maybe I'll miss that one. It's exactly what I said to him when he told me those dates. I was like, maybe I'll miss that one. And he's like, oh, it's going to be Mike's birthday bash, you're the best. When you're not here, it's just like, Nick's great, but he's not an MC. And I'm like, well, I don't really want to bring Danny out. So what I said, and the less of him that I see, the better right now. I explained to Cass that I need to miss him before I can even start to begin to forgive him. So I was like,
this is pre 100 deaths.
This is Cass takes care of business when it comes to lining people up. This is like right after California, when Cass is asking me to ask Rob Black if it's all right for me to still do his shows. Because Rob said I'm exclusive to XPW. Long story short, because I don't want to go on and on and on. I told him maybe I'll do June 9th, but I did not know that they were setting up June 9th on May 12th until I got there. So yeah, they were doing a collab, and there were a bunch of druids that were holding the barbed wire that was the Seance of
Suffering.
And one of those druids with a skull mask on was Danny DeMonto.
Oh, good God in heaven.
Yeah.
That's an idea that I spent a lot of time on. Brian came up with the name Seance of Suffering.
I did. Right in this couch.
Right
well,
here,
you know,
right
someone
over
like
there
Larry
on that
Legend
couch.
loves the alliteration. I love the SS. I love the SS.
Dude,
yeah, so does Brian apparently after that facial hair comment. Larry, we have people in the chat wondering what you're drinking. This is the first time you're donning some kind of pint.
Fancy boy.
Yes, this is it's a spritzer, a rosé spritzer.
Wow.
Yeah, in a nice little, I don't know, commemorative glass.
Is the glass from your job?
No,
Brian,
the glass
please.
is from
what?
The glass. I don't know. It's celebrate responsibly. Corbel. I don't know what that is.
It's a kind. I think it's a kind of champagne.
Well, I am drinking a rosé spritzer out of it right now.
Absolutely excellent. You know, just to finish on the
and I'm feeling great.
Seance of Suffering, Seance of Recycling. You know, the original idea was back in COVID time where there was going to be a TV show, you know? And I got a phone call saying that it couldn't exist without me, so we all brainstormed this idea. And, you know, Brooklyn Monarch, $10,000 lighting setup, you know? I'm going to tell this story. Larry, I'm going to tell this story. Is this all right with you? I want to tell the story of the first.
I don't care. I'm trying to figure out who the other man was in the fucking. It wasn't Larry, Joey Tell. Joey Tell refed it.
Well, Larry, you actually worked there when they did the New Fear City at the Monarch, because that's where it was. It was at the Monarch. They did it with the ring there, the first ever New Fear City shit.
Yeah.
They redid it with you know what I'm talking about, Pat. They redid it with the ring inside of Monarch.
Different from the time that we were there with the ring.
Yes, right. It was different. The ring looked way better when they did it.
Wow.
It was like but they didn't do the Seance of Suffering.
That was just New Fear City's first ring show.
Right.
Yes. Well, that's
no Seance of Suffering. But it was the Monarch. Where we did it was the Monarch.
There's a hidden
the same place.
Ring show. There's a hidden ring show in the ether when we were filming it. And the Seance of Suffering commenced there for the first time. And it was a complete disaster. But what we were saying, the original idea, Larry, and you would have been perfect for this. Single spotlight, you know, cloaked ring announcer, saying some evil shit, you know, druids walking out with the wire, making a circle, lights and things. You know, it was a whole thing. It was a whole idea. And there were layers to it, and just to see, Danny there, while you're there with no warning, no respect. I'm sorry. Forgive me for saying that, Larry. No respect. It's absolute bullshit. And
it's kind of interesting to me that Danny DeMonto and Brett Lauderdale, in particular, during the infancy of Cass's no-ring shows, when Cass was pulling names like Zack Sabre Jr. and Sexy Chucky T and Masada and all of these names, they shit all over everything that he was doing. They made comments like he'll never be in GCW, we'll never do anything with him, he's a piece of shit. And now, after Cass kind of showed Danny how to even do a tour in the UK and open up that door, now Danny's ready to come and play.
Yeah, that's a good point. You know, Larry, I get so caught up in just, you know, playing devil's advocate that I forgot that is a really good point, Larry. And it's yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
When Cass fought Nick Gage at the Tender Trap, I was operating both the Blvd Bullies and my own iPhones, capturing the thing, dual wielding. The chat was lit. People were like, and I'll remember there was a fan that was like, when are we going to see Casanova Valentine and GCW? Dude, on top of one another. Brett Danny. Never.
Wow.
Yeah. Interesting. But it's like,
And they ain't lying, Brett. He still ain't never been in no goddamn GCW. So
I will say, as terrible as the first one was, unorganized and completely trashed the Seance of Suffering name, this one, only in clips, came off a little better.
oh, you're
as
making
they
me
were,
absolutely
just shut up and listen to me. They were cloaked, but
Okay,
there was
they were
only
close this time.
but they were missing masks. Not everybody had a mask.
only
And
Danny had a mask.
So only one was masked.
Oh,
Fair.
okay. Well, hey, little
But
detail,
There was one moment in the match where a druid, was it the masked druid that gets kicked, Larry?
Yeah. Cass was tied up in the wire.
Right.
Kit reared back to give him a reverse savant kick.
Right.
And Cass moved out of the way.
So kicks the druid.
Classic.
And the druid, and that's the masked Daniel DeMonto druid.
No, that was the unmasked Chris Barton. Barton. Yeah.
This is what makes me tight. A druid getting kicked in the face, they should have special powers.
What?
They should have
Brian?
no sold it like the Undertaker.
Dude, right. They should have. They're druids. They're fucking evil spirits holding barbed wire with their hands. They're supposed to be terrifying. Clint Osborne should not be able to kick him with one single kick.
Brian.
Do you understand me?
Brian, you know what it's like?
The Young Bucks have 75 super kicks to fucking a nobody, and they get up, and a druid is getting up after one from Kid Osborne.
Thank you for saying
Kid
that time.
It's just like at the end. It's just like at the end of Lord of the Rings when those wraiths that were so badass throughout the entire movie, and then like one of the elves or one of the dwarfs sticks it in the face with a knife, and it's just like, oh, I'm just a little bitch, and it's like, yo, those things were scary the whole time. How is it so easy to kill them?
Right.
How?
That's my point.
I guess I get it in that regard.
Thank you, Larry.
Whatever, Brian. Brian, you're out of control. All right? Next week. Tune in right here next week, even though this will be our final show. But
this is that.
In the small chance.
Tune in next week for our next 420 show.
Yeah, if it's not the final show next week, we will be celebrating 420 and having an intervention with Brian about his signs, his offensive signs that he won't stop creating.
Now you're egging me on.
Brian, please.
Extreme Progressive Wrestling.
Progressive, Larry. They're all inclusive. They have a non-binary wrestler. They have a homosexual wrestler, Mr. Fantastic. They're all inclusive. XPW, Extreme Progressive Wrestling. Understand me?
Brian, Sean and I have spoken privately. We've decided that you have to no longer write your own signs. You're no longer allowed to.
I'm being extremely well behaved because there's something written on the other side of the sign.
Please, just keep it.
Just so everybody knows.
Sean, can you please explain to Brian?
Brian,
can you discipline Brian, please, as a medical?
Brian, the signs are they're hurtful to the eyes. We have reports.
Hurtful to who?
We have reports coming in that the letters that you use, the actual shapes of the letter, they're actually hurting the actual iris of
my
handwriting.
Yeah, just something
There's
my handwriting.
Yeah, we're gonna have to ask you to stop with the signs for the time being until we find some way to get our viewers some perfect lens to actually see these signs where they don't actually hurt them.
Blue light glasses.
No, Brian. You gotta create them in Courier New. The font that you best make is Courier.
Is this better?
Yeah.
Is this too bright? Is this hurting your eyes?
It's not hurting mine. I'm fine.
Larry loves it.
Jesus.
Larry wants it.
Look.
God damn it.
Is there some way that we can have hire Brian a writer for his signs?
Dude, I'm telling you that what I want to do is there's 38.
There you go. I got it. I got it out of him, guys. Here we go.
What
were you saying, Brian?
I want the chat to put what they want to see on a sign, and I will write it as best as I can to not hurt your eyes.
Better, a little bit
on a sign.
better. Yeah,
a little bit better.
I like that idea. Like maybe you should make some signs out of some of the chats or super chats or something.
I won't show what's on the other side. I won't show what's on the other side.
Brian,
please don't, Brian.
All right, Comic Sans, Brian. Study it And right,
Yeah.
What am I, a fucking computer? AI shit.
I just can't stop thinking about Nick Gage going, and it's a podcast.
It's a podcast. Yeah.
Larry the Legend.
Working hard for the money.
Dude, I love that. I love that we have that forever.
He needs that. He needs that. He keeps that fucking income
Let me
sky
ask
high.
you this. For your pain and suffering of it was basically I believe a calculated, manipulative maneuver for you to not be informed about the run-in of the thing. And if I had to guess,
Cass maintains that Cass maintains he thought he told me.
Oh my God! Wow! I thought you were going to give me a more complex excuse. It's just I could have sworn I told you. That's all we got, dude. I'm sorry to just stick on this, but we'll move on in a minute.
Okay.
Makes me so fucking angry because that Danny politicked Cass because he knew and he was in town or whatever because and he just wanted to fuck with you. And Cass bent over and played the little fiddle boy for him, And who cares if you set up a match? Who fucking cares? Oh, he's gotta come attack me at this fucking thing. Get out of town.
Everybody remembers that part. We all remember how it ended.
Larry, you are handling it with style and grace and class. But me, I'm angry about it, Larry. I'm angry about it for you, and I think it's fucking bullshit, and it's a lack of respect. Hey, Brett gave you an extra $20. Did you get an extra $20 after the show for your pain and suffering?
Seance of Suffering.
That's a loaded question, Pat. I did not. However, I eventually was paid in full.
All right.
That's
Hey.
So clap it up.
All right.
Clap it up for getting paid in full. Clap it up for getting paid in full.
Cass has never shorted me. He's never shorted me, but in a very similar vein to I guess forgetting to admit that he thought he brought it up. Maybe he thought we talked about this amount, but actually I reminded him we talked about that amount.
Dude, and just I want to add. I know Pat's gonna hate this, but just being
Jesus
there,
Christ.
dude. The bar fucking no ring death match is like the most fun shit that could exist in Brooklyn, New York.
Hey.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, they also draw.
Dude, because there's nothing else that exists. You can't find that in New York. There's nothing. The people that go to those Brooklyn shows don't travel to New Jersey to see it.
Right.
They're not going anywhere. It's like local people.
It was local.
Guys, I met someone that is
and
very
other wrestling
much in the
There's
vein,
other people that go
in the vein of Rich Wade. He works for the Brooklyn Magazine.
Ooh, the new Rich?
The new bitch.
I mean, Rich Wade, wow. What a legend.
Oh, God.
Legend in his own right. What a stud.
Good God. He works for WWE and AEW now.
Yeah,
dude, his photos are phenomenal, dude.
Yeah. This freaking guy. Humble beginnings,
Humbly.
I caught him high atop the Hammerstein Ballroom on the catwalk, photographing the ring of Ring of Honor before Manhattan Mayhem. I think the main event was Red Dragon versus the Young Bucks. And I said, "Who are you?" And he's like, "Oh, my name's Rich. I'm a photographer. The Ring of Honor. I never heard back from anyone, but I figured I'd be in the area." He just finessed his ass in the fucking building and got up on the catwalk.
True legend.
Dude, bully.
Yeah, bullied his way right in there.
And I loved him. I fell in love. I said, "Let me take you to the back and introduce you to some people."
Wow. Richard Wade. A dream.
Dick
Wade.
Yep.
Sean, have you ever been to a no-ring show?
I have. I think my first one was Cass versus Matt Treatmont. And then that also features Zack Sabre Jr. versus Chuck E. T.
Yo, that's a long-ass time ago.
Sean, that was when I realized Cass was onto something.
Yeah.
That one was the one I was like, yo, he's doing some shit.
You know why?
It was wild, bro.
I need to interject here because if he was smart it would be so much bigger than what it is. Like, it might be like good for what like it's doing, but the bands that he has are goddamn whatever shit. And it's like the worst bands that could exist opening the goddamn show.
There are some pretty terrible bands.
That event could be the coolest shit that ever happened, and it's just poorly. I don't know what it is.
That's what seduced me, Brian.
It's not as big as it should be.
It was sick, dude. And I think
it's still sick.
The last one I went to was Cass and Manser.
Oh, that's the classic.
That was the last one I went to.
Tender Trap?
No, Tender Trap is closed. Lucky 13.
Oh, yeah, that was right after 5150, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 5150, because they did a no-ring show right there at 5150 that it was Jordan Oliver versus Colby Carino, and then Cass was doing his no-ring show. Right. I believe they did the no-ring show right after 5150 just to troll the fact that Cass was going to have Kingston at his show and get people. He was living off GCW, so they were like, no, do a no-ring show right here so no one leaves.
And you know what? And even they could have done that sick. And, but it's just so haphazard. And, but Cass has a brilliant, beautiful mind. It's just that, like, that type of thing with, like, Danny being there, that makes my blood boil. But, hey, Larry.
Dude, the beef is so blatant, too, man. It's like there's a whole.
It's fucking bullshit. But it's okay. Hey, you know what? Let's be positive. Let's forgive and forget. I'm just playing devil's advocate. You know what I'm saying? And Brian,
that's all you do. You're the devil's advocate. You're that movie starring Keanu Reeves and fucking Al Pacino. You're the devil's advocate.
Excellent film. Brian, speaking of films, could you show our first super chat?
People
what
have
they've
to.
won?
We got a lot of super chats.
The people have to learn how to get here earlier because the first super chat of the night, always gets a rarity.
A rare DVD.
An obscure item. Sometimes you get Third Eye Blind. Sometimes you get Lord of the Rings trilogy. Blvd Bullies, surprise and give.
Are you signing that?
I think you should.
You know what? You made me a little tight because I didn't sign the painting that I sent to Daniel.
Oh,
Brian.
Daniel is one of my good friends, so I'll eventually see Daniel. I'll sign it for you.
No, it's too late. Too late now.
It's too late.
Yeah.
That window is closed.
And I should have signed that. He didn't tell me he wants it signed. It's his own fault. I blame Daniel.
That's a shame.
Oh,
hey.
Bad take times 2.
So right now the highest super chat is $5. What does $1 more than $5? Just like Alex Colon got from John Wayne Murdoch, a la Brett Lauderdale.
$1 more than $5 will get you not only this magazine from Japan,
Gong,
the American Wrestling Gong. It'll get you this Alex Colon GCW trading card.
Wow,
bloody.
so close. This close to having him on.
So let me ask you a question, Brian, real quick.
Guys.
You said that magazine is from the year 2005?
That's what it says, printed in 2005, World Wrestling Entertainment, Inc. It's a WWE magazine printed in Japan.
So if I'm correct, that magazine should have some one-night stand stuff in it. Because
it says ECW right on the front. It says ECW right on the front.
The return of it, so that possibly is.
Well, this is when Vince was champion. I don't know how great that whole return
That's
was.
a Vince was champion ECW Gong.
Do-rag Vince. It's do-rag Vince.
Do-rag Larry, do-rag Vince.
That's why do-rag Vince got his name from on Instagram.
So it's that magazine and what else?
This Alex Colon card, and also a sticker pack.
Very nice.
Everybody gets a sticker pack because stickers are dope.
But what if you want to do the John Wayne Murdoch package and do $1 less?
You don't get anything but a handshake.
Isn't there a second place thing?
And
I'm sorry. I was lying. There's the second place. There's the 3 TOS cards. Okay. There's a third place too.
What's third place?
I was confused. I'm stoned and 8% drunk.
Me too, bro.
These cards are very cool, man. The whole pack. Dope. It's and it says volume 1, so I'm hoping they do another one because I'll buy it, even though we don't like Brett Lauderdale sometimes.
What's third place, Brian?
Oh, third place.
Right now we got 5-3.
The Indie God, Matt Cardona.
5, 3, and 2.
Cardona.
So if you want to do the Alex Cologne, $1 more, boom, you're the winner.
You can either go
less,
Matt
join me.
Cardona or Matt Cuckdona. You can choose whichever
Matt
one you like more.
Cardona.
Which one do you like more, Patrick?
Cardona.
I'm not sure, but you made me think of one more thing, one more piece of Deathmatch Drama that we haven't gotten to.
Oh no!
Which is
You're
we're
gonna talk about
backtracking.
how Danny yelled from the bar. Larry, tell him I invented
Oh
the
my
name
God.
Boulevard Bullies.
Oh,
You know,
no.
Larry, I wasn't even going to bring that up, and now you have to tell that story to our audience.
You've opened up worms. You've opened up worms.
You've opened up the worms can.
So I was trying to sell my merch. The 3 T-shirts that I have left, and Danny was holding court by the bar with a train of Mittens, Andy D,
Oh my God,
John Hammer,
Friends.
and Andy
consider
D's
them
girl
friends.
Tiff.
was it the real Mittens or was it the XPW impersonator?
It was the real.
Oh
it was
my
the real
God,
Mittens.
Jesus.
Mittens is one of the nicest people I've ever met. So
He
shout
was
out
jovial.
Mittens.
He was
Shout
quite
out
jovial.
my
Andy
boy
B and
Mittens.
John Hammer Bocce Boys.
Yeah, so they were there, and Danny yells.
I fuck with those dogs.
He yells from the bar, "Ask Larry. I'm the one that we all came up with the name for the Boulevard Bullies."
What?
Damn, son.
And I'm like,
We were mentioned.
And I'm like, we? I thought it was me and Brett. He was like, you and Brett pointed them out, but I'm the one that said, I wonder if the bullies from the Boulevard will be at this show. And then we started calling the Boulevard Bullies. Larry got on the mic and was like, I see the Boulevard Bullies are here tonight.
Oh man, wow. That's a sizzling accusation, Larry. I remember it being Brett and you.
Well, listen. Brett is the one who pointed out in particular your section where you and the bully that I don't remember is the dark-haired bully.
Shout out Gunny. Boom, boom.
We got Gunny, we got Zach Linder, my friend Jonathan.
Yeah, and Linder was on a chair with a beer in one hand, banging on the wall. He was banging his hand on the wall. And fucking Brett was like, look at these guys in this section. He was like, they're going ape
That's
shit.
what we do.
I was like, yeah. I love it. You know? And we would point you out a lot during the show for fucking going nuts.
Yes.
It's that energy that Brian's talking about. That energy
You understand
was like
me?
all
He understands me.
No.
Patrick understands
It's
me.
all been but quelled out of my body, Larry.
You were a young boy. You had no facial hair.
I try to breathe it back in.
No facial hair.
No facial hair.
Facial hair.
Wow.
You looked like Butthead.
The
Whoever
name
the
was
fuck
birthed
named
from
it,
the
we
hate
took it
of
and
the
ran with
masses.
Like the ooze from the Ghostbusters too.
I mean, that's Bald Steve, who was there from the very beginning.
Bald
Yeah.
Steve. We miss Bald Steve.
Hey, miss you, bro.
Word.
Steve DeCasa, shout out.
Shout out, baby.
He'll
So
be back.
I'm gonna have a chocolate edible now. It's 40 milligrams.
I really hate that comment. And you know what, Larry? I'll give you an answer as the founding father of the Boulevard Bullies. Hey, shout out Bill Breyer, Zach Linder, Gunny, Steve, Cuck Steve.
You shouted out Cuck Steve. Unity.
Liz out there. No, hey,
Unity.
You know what? The beginnings.
Michael
the humble
P's
beginnings.
live.
Unity.
Live.
Unity.
The humble beginnings, you know?
Unity.
But unfortunately, Brian, no! Put down the sign. I swear to God, final warning. Sean, you gotta yell at Brian, please.
You need to put the sign down. It's not doing anything good for you. All right? It's just bad. It's bad news.
That's very jerky boys
Yes,
of you.
and everybody who's contributed to the Boulevard Bullies over the years, thank you. We love you. We live for you. But, you know, that bridge is burned. All right. What we got to talk about is even if Danny did somehow, some way, post in some Facebook group back in 2014 or 15 that said, I wonder if the bullies of the Boulevard will be there. It doesn't matter because he never claimed us, Larry. You claimed us. You stuck your neck out for us countless times, and you were always the great father that I needed in the wrestling business. And Danny, who was obsessed with making fun of Mitten's mom even back then, he wasn't noticing.
Shout out Mittens. We love Mittens on this show.
You know,
Mittens has been on this very show.
So I think it might have been Mittens' real mom, not Mittens' imposter mom.
Definitely wasn't the imposter.
It wasn't Mittens. It was the one-armed man.
So just want to shout that out. But yeah, fuck that comment. I love that it's holding court, and I hate that Cass allowed it to happen. Larry should be protected. Protect Larry at all costs. You know what?
Also, guys, one thing that I really hated was like Dan showed up and was like just walking around, like just smoking and walking around the whole place, just drinking, like just chilling. And I'm
I've
like,
played
aren't you
shows
supposed
in
to be
that
like,
goddamn
aren't you supposed to be
place.
like the reveal? Aren't you supposed to be like the reveal at the end that you were one of the druids?
This
Like,
is before?
No,
yes,
no.
dude.
Oh my god.
No, Larry.
You just ruined it completely for me,
Part
dude.
of the storyline. No, the storyline was that Danny DeManto, the real guy, was there to hang out, and he then somehow, was just keeping an eye on things. They were doing a work shoot, Larry. Don't you realize it was a work
Dude,
shoot?
I at one point I walk up to Danny, I go, why don't you go downstairs? And he's like, they know I'm gonna be here. And I'm like, what?
You guys chatted? Larry, you chatted? See, you're a better man than me. I would have given the stone cold silent treatment all evening.
Dude.
I guess it was
I'm
unavoidable.
a pro. I'm already up there. There's nothing that I can do to change it at this point. I want my fucking money. And your role in the show is to be a surprise reveal at the end. Because I don't want to look stupid when I'm like out there like this. Because at the end I'm gonna be like,
You gotta sell.
right? Why are you walking around everyone like you attend these?
He doesn't. He's never been there before in his whole entire life. Obviously, he's going to get involved if he's there.
It's already raising a red flag to
Goddamn
kiboshi's and mittens.
silly business.
And, dude,
Silly
all your
boy
people are
bananas.
here, and you're just chilling. I'm like, go downstairs. Whatever.
Facts. I completely
Deathmatch
agree with that.
Drama.
But shout out Bocce Boys and Mittens. We're trying to come together. We're trying to be
Brian,
friends.
you're trying to come together. Coming together is overrated.
It's not just me, brother. It's the whole community.
What do you want to do?
Brother.
You want to go spend $200 on an Airbnb that fucking 25 people stay at?
I don't want to
Because
be
you're one
very
step
involved.
away, brother.
I want to scream at the talent while they perform for us.
Sure, that's going to go over
putting
great.
their bodies on the line.
Oh, I'm sure. Listen, back in the day,
That's what it's all about.
2013, you could stand
We're
on
supposed to
your
be
chair
banging on the
and
wall.
No, you
We're
could.
supposed to be
Back
banging
then
on
you
walls,
could. Back
brother.
then you could, but now you can't.
No,
Larry, will
I'm
you
going
please
to
tell
bang
him?
on the wall. I'm going to bang right on the wall.
Larry, please tell him not to bang on
Tell
the
him,
wall.
Larry. I threw my chair in the ring.
I think that if it's in Newark, I think you have a better chance of like causing that up top on the balcony.
Yeah,
and that was a key
because
component.
He's gonna fall off. He's gonna grab the rail. Like,
Great. That's the fucking spirit we want.
Oh,
Remember
Jesus,
the
Larry,
I
don't
promise not to
encourage
do
it.
anything I've never done.
Slodge who jumped down.
I'd jump, dude. If Thomas Lattimore wins a match, dude, I'd jump right off that balcony.
Brian, I think you need to prepare yourself.
Oh man.
You'd be like JJ Escobar.
Yeah.
Oh man, I was right under him.
Are you gonna do a? Yeah, Brian,
I
you
love
could have
that
got your
guy.
hand taken off.
That
You were,
was
like,
fucking
filming
awesome.
I cannot believe that he would think that would be a smart thing to do.
Dude, if stupid Kid Osborne did a movie, would have been all right. I'm just kidding.
You know what's gonna happen, Brian? You're gonna get all this positivity train rolling. You're gonna get all these people on board about banging on the walls, and then what's gonna happen is I'm gonna have a relapse and go back to the bully that Larry originally noticed. And shave my face, go fucking nuts.
Yeah, you say that, but Larry's right here with us.
This was him.
Larry's
Joe.
here, brother.
He was like, yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah, it was crazy times because it was like nobody cared. Nobody knew that Tony Nese was going to be a guy. Nobody cared about indie wrestling back then.
We're bringing it back, goddammit.
So stupid. I want to have a weird karaoke wrestling thing that I can go to with my friends and I have to like be in a community where I talk about it.
I want to watch
Hey,
people bleed and scream.
Hey, I'm sorry. Do shows still run out of that Elks Lodge?
I have
seen shows
seen
running out of that.
photos. I have seen recent photos. It's rare. It's few and far between, and it's not with anyone we know. But there are
Tommy
shows
Dreamer?
there.
That's sad.
I've seen it in Azrael.
Everybody's going to the Mecca. Everyone's going to Ridgefield Park.
Yeah.
Ridgefield Park, New
The
Jersey.
rent must be a very...
Speaking of
Oh,
Ridgefield
yeah,
Park,
that's
are you going to be working that ETU event they announced?
Probably not.
No,
No.
because we were
I don't think that
we were
the
talking
struggles
about
really
it. We were talking
cares
about
for
ETU.
me.
Right? He claimed to be a very close friend of yours.
Do you think that bridge is burned?
I mean, like, we'll see each other around.
There's nothing a real conversation can't fix.
Let me put it this way.
That's a good point.
I don't know how much he advocates for me.
That's why you guys. I mean, that's what I'm saying. As there's nothing a good conversation can't fix between like-minded.
Shut your damn mouth, Brian. I want to stop with your hippie bullshit. All right, just stop it,
dude. Do you need one of these? Do
you
need
that
this stress
Give
fucking
I
brain?
will squeeze that.
Do you need Nick Gage's stress brain, dude? This is why I'm all right.
Anyway, hey, thanks everybody for watching. If you like what you hear, feel free to comment and subscribe. Don't share though. Don't share because we're trying to reverse the pressure. Like right now, it was our last episode, but we might be turning a page and living another day. We got Brian to throw the signs down.
I got one sign.
I've just been playing devil's advocate. Let's talk about mainstream wrestling now. You guys want to do some of that?
You'd have to lead it because I've only really seen like here and there's.
Well, I know
I hear Randy Orton is done.
Word.
Yes, Randy Orton retired. The doctors told him just hang it up.
It's true?
I don't know.
It hasn't been like officially confirmed yet that like he's hanging up the boots, but the doctors are urging him to stay away from the squared circle. So
he made this post? He made the post?
No, the doctors have made it clear that he's not. I guess maybe someone reached out for a statement about his status. Like one of the like Fox News people, so like, representative of WWE and whatnot.
I don't know. You're talking me into thinking it's a work now.
I don't know. I think this is it. I think this is it for him.
No way.
I mean, what the fuck else can he do?
He has the
go out on top.
Snake bite clothing or whatever.
I mean, you say that, but like all these people that have gotten serious injuries have also returned.
He got the fusion apparently.
What is that? A surgery?
The neck fusion.
Yeah.
It's a type of surgery.
Bobby Roode got it too. It's where they like fuse a disc in your neck is usually the C4.
Well, everybody's different, right?
Usually is like 9 times out of 10 is the C4 and the C5. And that's like, I guess, like right
here. You're the doctor, brother.
Yeah, listen. He's a doctor.
C4 to C5 are right back here in this neck part of your area there.
Right, okay.
So, yeah. I think it's only a matter of time before they announce that he's stepping away from the ring. And I do think in time we will see him back. But until then, they have to do the whole retirement thing just in case, in the event that he does come back, it means more. The same way it did for Edge. It's like, now I'm going to end it on my terms.
Sucks for Matt Riddle.
That's a good point.
Riddle will be fine.
Riddle will be fine.
He's been very stale since he came back.
Riddle's more of a household name now because of his little bit of time doing that shit with Randy Orton than any other program they could have thrown him into to get him over.
Yeah, and his dick pics.
When he had Randy, it was very funny.
Yeah, it was, but listen, at the same time too, like Randy has done.
How come you could say dick and I can't say clit?
I was saying it in the context of a story, a news headline, Brian.
He was saying Riddle's dick pics are out. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, I didn't call him Matt
Dickle.
No, you did.
Well, no, it's just an example as well, Brian. Somebody get Larry Legend, Matt Riddle's dick pics, please.
Brian is the plug. He got me Austin Theory's whole
Sean was the one that put me on, dude.
Brian, you're sending Necro Butcher Acid. You're sending Larry pornographic photos.
Dude, look at you. You're just putting it all out there and yelling at me.
Well, it's a show. I'm just being entertaining. Nobody knows what's actually happening.
Dude, everything's entertaining if everybody sees it.
We're playing devil's advocate here.
That's what we do.
Did you see the headline that Randy Orton might retire?
I thought we just spoke about it.
Let's talk about
Hey, how about this? I got a good one. I'm going to switch to Jon Moxley versus Kenny Omega, the cage match.
Horrible.
Death match or no
was
death
it bad?
match?
I saw clips and pictures, and the fact that obviously I'm speaking of the picture you're referencing, Pat, with his back that looks like it's just scratched. It looks like a woman with long claws just gave him a nice scratch at night. I'll be honest.
And this is our medical specialist here saying this.
Yeah, listen. Because some peroxide and some paper towel bounce he can't clean up. That was perfectly fine. I've seen worse at the showboat.
They never claimed it to be a death match, though.
Well, I was just asking, could it be considered one? I mean, they had a barbed wire chair.
Yeah, but
that's not a death match.
No, but they had broken glass in a bag.
They had broken glass in a
They
bag.
had broken glass in a bag, yes.
But it was already broken.
Now you're talking some of the staples of death matches now. But it was in the confines of a cage. It was in the confines of a cage.
Yep.
So, and you could, the way that you won was by escaping the cage.
Yes,
yeah,
that's how the match ended.
There was a spot where somebody went through the
that was a
wall.
hardcore cage match. It was a hardcore cage match.
Yeah,
I mean,
no, but
right.
it was a pinfall to a finish because Callis betrayed Omega on the 2 count.
Oh, they got back in the ring after the spot of them falling out.
It wasn't an elimination. That was the big spot where.
What?
Yeah,
Wait, did he?
It was so bad. So basically,
that's the dumbest thing I ever heard.
They did that spot through the cage, which was insane. And the time, by the way, tune into the Twitch Toxic Tweet Along tomorrow night, 8 to 10. But anyway, at the time, I was like, oh my God, there was like a horrible sound. I thought Moxley like clunked his head. But they were fine. Apparently, they got back in. They did like 5 more minutes. Omega hit him with the fucking One Wing Angel on the glass. And went to pin him, and Callis got in the ring and fucking hit Kenny with a screwdriver.
Dude,
and
it was
betrayed Kenny with a screwdriver. Don Callis.
Why?
Why?
I think he's gonna align himself with Danny Bryan.
Well, no, Daniel Bryan was on commentary, and Daniel Bryan had no clue what was going on, but he was happily surprised. So he so to speak, denied any knowledge so far.
Well, they've needed a new leader since William Regal has since left.
Yeah, but Don Callis, who's the guy who plays piano for Dave Letterman? The bald guy with the glasses.
The glasses.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what Don Callis looks like. Jacked Paul Schaefer.
Jacked Paul Schaefer.
Yeah.
He looks like the guy from the show ER, like one of the main doctors.
Yeah, I know you're talking about.
Dude,
yeah,
I'm gonna say that barbed wire and that glass was absolute bullshit.
Yeah,
because if you look at real deathmatch, dude, I made a comment in my little deathmatch elite forum.
Oh, geez.
Big. It's pretty 10,000 members, brother.
Wow.
But dude, someone posted a match of his back, and then I posted a picture of fucking Jun Kasai's back after a real deathmatch.
You say brother now.
Dude, I'm drunk off 8%. So that's what happens.
I think you're drunk on power, Brian.
10,000 members, brother.
Brother, the power word.
10,000 members, brother.
10,000 members, brother.
It's true. Yeah. Whatever it is, god damn it.
I mean, they used glass, so it's a death match.
It was bullshit glass, dude. You saw his back. It looked like he had.
It was a hardcore
scratches
cage
on his back.
It
was fucking.
Speaking of hardcore cage matches with AEW,
it's a sham to compare it to deathmatch.
Today there was like a supposed leak on the fact that their video game, which is long awaited, if you guys don't know, it's finally able for upload on Xbox. So if you pre-ordered their Fight Forever or Take Forever video game, whatever you want to call it, it's up for preload now. So you should be able to play that. Yeah, I think the game is going to be able to play very, very soon.
Well, not right now, because I'll go grab it. I love a good wrestling game.
Yeah,
you got to preload, Pat. You got to pre-order it. You got to preload it. This
Larry, you know I'm always
game, you preload the game.
Yeah, so that should be cool. They're giving it a lot of comparison to No Mercy. That's a lot to compare to. We shall see. We shall see.
It's taking fucking long enough.
Brother. All right, final 15 minutes. Brian, can you give us a recap of the prizes and giveaways real quick? And also, if you become a member, Larry, listen to this. I uploaded a 9-minute video that I found on the Dropbox of me, Bald Steve, and the original Steve discovering ASMR for the first time. Just
Patrick, you told us this at the beginning of the episode.
What do you think about Randy Orton being told that he could retire?
Is there a poster in there?
Is there a poster?
Welcome to the 420 episode.
Hey, what's
Is
up?
there
It's our final 420 episode.
No, but here's the advocate. What's his name in the bloodline?
Just tell us what the things are,
Paul
Brian.
Heyman.
Oh, that's Paulie.
No, I'm saying what's his nickname? What is he called?
He's
the Walrus. The Walrus.
No,
the
he's
wise
not the
man.
advocate.
The wise man.
What the wise
man?
Thank you, Larry. Thank you.
God,
the wise guy.
Alex Cologne card.
Nice.
Very, very nice.
So $5.
How many people do we have in here? Like 38?
30, 28.
It's dropping
28.
rapidly because of
okay.
Brian's tardiness with the cards.
Because of
kidding.
me.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Brian, you're probably the reason why there are that many people here in the first place.
Guys, I need your
And Larry. And
real
we're all
quick.
the why they're here, goddammit.
Real quick before we jump off of the WWE stuff and AEW stuff, who are you taking for the new winner of the world, the winner of the new World Heavyweight Championship? AJ Styles or Seth Rollins? That'll be done at Night of Champions.
Is that the
What do you got?
finals?
That is the finals.
I don't know. I'm not sure yet. Brian, do you have a take?
I did. Well, one of my guesses from one of our past episodes was Seth Rollins, so I'm still going to stick by that and go Seth Rollins.
Did you guys see the headline that WWE is, quote, hesitant to put it on Rollins? Did you see this? This was floating around today.
Why's that?
I don't know. I didn't click on it. That's just the that's just what the headlines were saying.
I feel it's best to get your news just by like reading the headlines and formulating whatever you think the
just
story is.
make your own thing up.
Yeah, they're hesitant,
As cool as it would be to see AJ win another title and have another run with a new belt in WWE, I think that ship is set and sailed already. I think he's just at a point in his career where he wants to have fun amongst his hermanos, his brothers, the good brothers.
Brothers.
And I think for Seth right now, they are packaging him and Becky as one. So very soon, leading into the summertime, we're gonna be drilled very heavily with Seth Rollins. Last night on Raw, they made emphasis on what does he think of Roman Reigns and his Universal title run, and that's gonna be picked up next week on Raw. So there's a lot of direction leading towards Rollins and Roman in the future. Now, in the event that does happen, with Seth winning, I do think it's possible because he's also going to be in the new Captain America movie.
Yeah.
So there's a good chance we'll be seeing Seth Rollins with some gold around his waist very soon, possibly feuding with one Roman Reigns. Because if you guys remember back in the day, whenever we had big 4 pay-per-views, you'd have Raw and you have SmackDown under one roof, and the champions would wind up on camera somehow, and it would build up for a big match down the road. And it usually start happening around SummerSlam. You see Triple H, the Raw champion, and then you see JBL, the SmackDown champion, and they walk into the same room where their general managers are at. So I think at some point we're going to see the World Heavyweight Champion on camera with the Universal Champion, possibly setting up for a big match down the line.
Makes sense to me. I could dig it. I think Rollins. Maybe they just floated that out there as an anti-story. And it's obviously going to be Rollins. Then you got Rollins, you got Reigns, and they can talk trash. It's not unlikely that they'll probably want to test their mettle right after, maybe early on. Then maybe a rematch.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. But, it is interesting. It's been fun. I love the rise of AJ Styles.
Seth Rollins is so over with the fucking singing of the crowd singing shit, dude. Yeah. And him not even really having to do anything but just go like this, and the crowd just goes the fuck off.
It's just
you need someone like that to be champion.
Yeah, not many people have that. When they have that, you have to capitalize it. It's in a way, it's very Nick Gagey. Nick Gage, when people just hear the gongs, everybody just runs
the
towards
fuck
the curtain.
off, right?
Because
I give him the finger, though. I'd give Nick Gage the finger.
It's the presence that person brings, and once in a lifetime, you have those people there.
Larry, have you ever encountered AJ Styles in your time at Ring of Honor? Have you two ever crossed paths?
Oh, absolutely. I have a great AJ Styles story.
Yes.
Let's hear it.
So I guess after he left Impact, he came to Ring of Honor, and that's when he came out to that awesome song, the best theme song any wrestlers ever had, in my opinion. He's fought Chris Hero, who had just gotten released from WWE. Well, anyway, we were in the back in Baltimore, and he was talking to Mandy Leone, and I was walking past, and he stopped me, and he's like, because everybody tells me I have a nice ass, don't I? And Mandy Leone was like, I guess. He's like, come on. He's like, come on. He's kind of Southern. He's like, come on, look at it. And he turned and kind of did one of those one of those fucking like bodybuilder poses.
Oh god.
And I was there, and this is all like happening as I'm passing, and he goes, "Come on here and touch it. Tell her." And he like made me touch his ass.
Woo!
And I was like, "Yeah." It's a pretty firm tush. And like
Flat
I
Earth,
just kept
Flat Earth,
walking.
AJ Styles.
He's not a flat earther.
Yeah,
He's just saying it makes a lot of sense.
The fucking goddamn moron.
I have no reason to lie. This happened. It was really just in passing, and I thought to myself, "Wow, I just touched AJ Styles' ass."
And it was firm.
And,
You're saying as well.
it was a very muscular. It was a very muscular.
That guy
rump.
is an athletic fucking guy.
Dude, he's like a horse. But he was like showing Mandy. I don't know what the nature of the conversation was, but I put my hand on his rear end and it was firm, and I was like, it's pretty firm, muscular.
Who else's butt have you touched? Famous buns.
Well, I mean, I think that's the only interaction I've ever had like that.
Oh, come on.
Actually,
Damn it.
He made him touch his butt. He like forced Larry to touch his butt.
He didn't
sounds
force
like
my hand. I
He
kind of was thinking. I kind of was thinking to myself, wow, does he know me? Like, I don't know if I'm the one you really want to touch your ass back here. Or maybe that's exactly why he wanted me to.
Maybe. Or maybe later on he was like horrified. He had to like say many prayers.
I can't think of any other wrestlers' asses that I've touched willingly.
Shit.
Yeah, so.
Well, Sean, let that be a lesson to you as a budding up-and-coming ring announcer. When a wrestler implores you to grab their butt, you take that opportunity because you never know when it may come up again.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Just saying, you know. But what else is happening? Let's see. Oh, you know what my favorite thing is? I forgot to mention this. Matt Hardy's Twitter got hacked.
Oh, yeah, that was hilarious.
God.
That was great.
The best.
That was great.
You want to read some of these? I have some of these.
I don't know. Yeah.
Well, we won't read all of them.
There's a lot, dude. They were on the Twitter for like an hour or more. They made that Twitter popular as fuck, though.
He goes, Matt Hardy get deleted, ho. Psych, bitch, it's still me. You ain't getting this shit back, gang. Hashtag God. And then it goes, Matt.
Gang.
Yeah, it's so funny. Then Matt goes, sorry, everyone, I got hacked. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm reading it backwards. So it goes like this. Sorry, everyone, I got hacked, but I have since regained access. Sorry for all the vulgar tweets / messages in the past few hours. I will be removing them and restoring my account back to normal. 2 minutes later, psych, bitch, it's still me. You ain't getting this shit back, gang. Matt Hardy had hardcore midget porn in his bookmarks.
Dude.
You ain't getting this back, gang?
There was
Stupid Vince McMahon sexual assault. Stole $2 million from me for touching little girls, you stupid old freak. Shit, if I was Edge, I would have effed Lita too, not gonna lie. And then it goes, then this is the best one. Matt should just let us run the account, fam. We brought this shit back from the dead.
That's funny shit, man. That's crazy. It's honestly crazy that people can do that shit. It's kind of scary, and I don't like it.
Yeah.
It freaks me out, dude.
Me and Jeff's beef was real. He effed my wife because I made fun of his wife for having...
It's like imposter mittens.
This is my first time reading these.
Imposter mittens.
Yeah, wow, this is crazy.
It's fucked up, dude. It's like scary to me.
Yeah, that's
Should
like
I
the
leak
AI.
The
They
DMs
could
of
just...
Matt's wife saying the N-word. Yeah, it went on and was horrifying. Big money, Matt.
It was a good piece of business.
Yeah, I mean, he must have been
Good
horrified. He
business.
must have been scrambling around, going to Verizon, calling Elon Musk, but like from afar, unfortunately, it was like kind of hilarious. You ain't psych.
You get it back, son?
Bitch.
Yeah, I'm a big Chappelle fan, so any kind of like psych bitch humor is very, very funny to me. I don't know. But what about I don't know. What else is going on?
Well, very soon is XPW fucking broken, beaten,
I was
scarred.
trying to avoid it. Trying to
I'm
avoid it.
sorry.
But you were very
I just
excited.
can't. My mind
You
doesn't
better
go anywhere
be
else.
there selling the last bit of my merch.
I am going to
We're
be your
gonna.
exclusive.
Amanda's coming, and she's gonna sell the merch.
No. She's
Right.
going to be sitting front row with you, and I'm going to be in the back in a safe area selling the merch. That
Even
is
better.
the plan.
No, you have to be near me because Amanda doesn't want to be anywhere near me.
Well, I'm sorry, but I
man.
have to be selling
Sean has to sit next to me.
You signing me up for what?
For Blvd Bullies sitting front row, XPW. Me and Sean with our signs held high.
Do you think that the reason Matt Hardy's Twitter account got hacked is because he just had like a very weak password?
Yeah.
Probably didn't have two-factor
No,
authentication on.
No, because
Yep.
you got to get the text too. He probably just had delete.
Imagine if it was Matt Hardy
That
himself
was
just
good,
trying to
Pat.
fucking get his fucking account.
That was
No,
good.
that's what I would do. Yeah, like
Matt Hardy's sitting there. Like mad funny.
Hey, we got a new member of Bullies Nation. Logan Stein, thank you so much for joining. You will get a free Say Oswa t-shirt. Now available at boulevardbullies.bigcartel.com.
And a sticker pack. Logan Stein gets a sticker pack.
We're going to send you a sticker
Logan.
pack. So Larry and Brian, you guys have
Yo.
a big day set for May 27th.
We all have a big day.
So I got to just be all the way in the back, Brian, selling merch. I think Amanda should probably sit
well,
with
you know that's a big. That doesn't make it not a big day. We're gonna sell a lot of T-shirts with the legendary Legends of Death 1 design, which we haven't been at a show in a very long time. I'm very excited with these stickers that we're gonna all get tattooed on us.
Larry,
Yo, whatever happened to Warhorse? Is he still around?
yeah, he's
Wasn't
around.
he on AEW?
Yeah, like years ago, I think.
When it first came
a long
out,
time
right?
ago.
Yeah, I guess I just haven't. I remember him being coming out at AEW, but I haven't heard from him since.
Oh, okay. Hold on, real quick. Before we get into XPW, I just want to give my quick predictions. I predict that Jungle Boy will turn heel and align himself with MJF instead of Sammy Guevara. I also predict that the Alex Colon Brett Lauderdale thing is actually a work, and Alex Colon is either it wasn't a work and they're going to work it out, or it was a work the whole time, and he's going to be in and win Tournament of Survival. And also I have one more prediction of something that was a work, and I forgot about it.
Should have wrote it down.
Yeah, so Thunder Rosa. Have you heard her song? I don't care. Forget about that. Let's talk about XPW. Brian, take it home. Brian and Larry, take us home.
Well, there's not very many matches announced. It's Alex Colon and Thomas Latimer for the
Cat Martini versus the Body.
Well, don't let me finish, Larry. It's for the title that they stripped from Masada.
Yeah, we remember, Brian. We remember.
Masada has stated that he will be there, and it's going to be a problem.
For who?
For whoever has that belt at the end of the night.
Oh, shit.
Or maybe before it even starts. Maybe he will make that match a triple threat and fight as a warrior would.
Wow. Brian, will you jump off the balcony if Masada makes it a triple threat?
I will scream at the top of my lungs. But if Thomas Lattimore wins, there might be beverages in that ring.
No, Brian, no. Brian.
No, Brian.
Why?
There
I'm not
might
allowed
be.
to throw beverages?
No,
I don't think so.
Brian.
I know. I really
That's
don't.
only reserved for the carousel room, Brian. Only the
Only the
carousel room.
carousel room? That's bullshit. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen.
I don't know.
So wait,
Thomas Latimer better not win is all I'm saying.
I think that's probably.
We riot, the fans.
So what?
United.
So the championship match is Thomas Lattimore versus who?
Alex Colon.
Alex Colon. And then the television title is who?
Is the Body
Uh-huh.
versus Cat Martini, who is the television champion.
So who's going to be representing Miss Cat Martini?
What do you mean?
Is she wrestling?
She's the
He's
champion.
wrestling. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Because the Body identifies as a woman.
Okay.
He's a they. He does, I think that as a non-binary person, you don't.
Thank you, Brian.
It's not a woman that he defines as. It's a they.
Okay. All right.
He's a they.
So those are the only two matches announced, is what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
No, Lou Nixon versus Necro Butcher or
Oh,
Mega
indeed,
Butcher.
yeah.
I seen
Yeah,
that there was
one
a
too.
question in the comments earlier. Are you going to be making a weapon for that match?
I'm already going to be carrying 16 signs and our T-shirts. So this time I'm not gonna have a weapon.
How many signs, Brian? How many?
No, I'm only gonna have like 3 or 4 or 5, 6 signs.
16 signs.
If you guys want Brian to make a sign for you, please, we're begging. We need a
We're
staff
begging.
writer for Brian's
Has there
signs.
been any comments about a sign name?
No, not yet.
No one's brave. No one's brave enough to get their words shown on television.
You're
Brian,
pumped for next week, Brian.
Just send
Is it-
Brian
yes.
a DM, tweet Blvd
1 week
Bullies,
away.
and
That's
you
a
can
week and some days. Sorry,
we'll get
Phil.
the sign on it. Larry, let me ask you a question. Two-part. Number 1, do you know of any secret things that are happening that we should know about? And number 2, are you in any way concerned to be associated with Brian sitting front row during the show?
I'm not concerned.
Larry knows me.
I have no concerns.
Larry's been there for all my
And,
worst experiences.
secret things. No, I know Tessa Blanchard's gonna be there.
Right.
Oh, dope.
Lucky
which is-
13 versus Eric Dillinger as well.
Ah, yes,
Ooh,
that
yes.
as well. Yeah.
Nice.
So I
We
don't know
love
if
Lucky.
anything surprise, but XPW shows after they're over with, they're kind of talked about. So I expect nothing less than that at Broken, Beaten, and Scarred.
Incredible.
I agree with
Yeah.
that.
Logan Stein coming in with the late $10. Oh my goodness. Logan Stein, you're getting the Japanese notebook and the Alex Cologne card and a bunch of stickers, whatever else. Logan loves Larry. Larry loves Logan. I have a photo of my phone, on my phone, of you two together in a Blvd Bullies shirt. Shout out to Brian's sick, despised icon shirt. Also,
You love it?
anyone that watches GCW this Sunday, be on the lookout for me and my beard in the front row.
Will do.
Who is
Will
that?
do, Logan. That's Logan.
I'm going to be
Stein.
there in the front row with you. We're going to be screaming.
Talking about GCW.
GCW this
Oh,
Sunday.
shit. Aren't you going to GCW, Sean?
That's not this Sunday.
Oh, right. It's Tournament of Survival. That's the
Yeah.
second. You're right.
All right, so right now Logan's winning the gong. $5 for Bruiser Cab. Anything else that we missed, guys?
No, I think we covered just about everything.
Oh, CZW Best of the Best this weekend, crowning your first ever CZW World Champion.
Wow, the
okay.
first ever.
Yeah, well, you're the first ever in the new era.
Who do you think's going to win?
Since Joe Gacy left for Winter Park, Florida with the old CZW Championship, they've been championless.
And now
Wow.
this version of CZW is more just wrestling, but they do the tournaments of death and
They've
cage
just
of death.
done their first tournament of death since coming back and being the new CZW. They will
Last year.
continue to do the tournament of death, yes.
No.
But their product is just strictly like pure wrestling.
Yeah, mostly.
Like best of the best is pure. It's just like wrestling.
yeah,
Like,
well, that's always been.
right. Like Ring of Honor kind of
Right.
shit.
Yeah. But I understand that they're supposed to be resurrecting the ultra-violent underground, which is like when they would fight in like warehouses and
Dude, I have the fucking merch box. They canceled it. They canceled the whole thing.
Brian, get rid of some of these merch boxes, dude. Download.
Dude, the box they
download-
sent was so sick, dude. It was like a little cardboard box that had a whole ultra-violent underground logo. And like packaged, it came with fucking glasses for the glass, like little construction worker glasses. And it came with a hat and
Wow.
a shirt. It was sick. And then it never happened. They refunded all the money and they still sent the merch.
Wow.
Hey, good on them. Good on them. Well, I just want to thank everybody for watching. We didn't have a guest. We just were kind of rolling with the deathmatch drama, giving our opinions, trying to be fun, trying to be thoughtful, a little wacky. You know, just for me personally, playing devil's advocate. We have Larry, the expert, boots on the ground. Sean,
Yeah.
medical expert, completely analytical, brilliant mind. And we have Brian, who's
Yes.
completely unhinged at this point, and I cannot wait to go to that show with you and flip a coin with Amanda and see who's going to have to sit front row.
that's how it's gonna go.
I am going
Well,
to.
I appreciate anybody that stands with me and shouts in unison because that's what Blvd Bullies are doing.
You know what's
Is that they're trying to ignite a revolution within the fans to make the crowds electric again, as our good friend Nicolas Gage said.
It's a podcast.
It's a podcast. Larry the Legend.
Larry the Legend,
All
Ringside
together.
Sean.
My boy Larry the Legend.
I can't take it.
All right, say goodbye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
And, this has been the Blvd Bullies versus the World podcast. Want to thank everybody so much. One of our better viewed episodes, just talking about the Deathmatch Drama. And until next time, just want to let everybody know, Blvd Bullies, low road. To all our enemies, die slow. And until next time, we're out of time. Bye-bye.